Today on the Trend Out Loud podcast. I know Drake from when he was in Toronto on Degrassi Coming Up. Drake got his name in the industry as a writer before he became Drake that you know him today. That's how he got discovered. So to say like, yo, Drake doesn't have a pen, yo, Drake has ghostwriters, he is a writer. That's how he started. What up? It's your boy Trend Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Tuesday morning. I got a huge show set up for you guys today. I'm going to jump right into it. All right, I got two lead stories. There's new Drake ghostwriting allegations. We're going to talk about that. Then we're also going to talk about Gunna. I haven't heard about Gunna in so long, but he sat down with Double XL and he talked about him and Young Thug's relationship. So that is going to be our second lead story. Stay tuned to catch up with Gunna news. Then we're going to jump into quick news. We got some Adam22 and the FBI investigation. Then we got speed news, Breakfast Club. Stay tuned for a Breakfast Club update. It's really good. Donald Trump, Denzel Washington, Sexyy Red. Then we got question of the day, and actually no sports news today, but I got two really good questions of the day to make up for it. All right. So y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, radio, or devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Social media debates writer and reference track after Lil Yachty reference track for Drake's song Jumbotron leaked. And some people are saying nothing is wrong with Yachty writing a song for Drake. All right, so our whole show yesterday was predominantly about Drake and about his beef with Kendrick. So you all know when something explodes, there's always aftermath. So we're going to continue for the next couple of days talking about Drake. So stay tuned. All right. Buckle in. I mean, so the first day aftermath after Rick Ross and all of that, now somebody apparently leaked a reference track from Lil Yachty saying that Drake has ghostwriters. So people are saying this is coming from Metro, and you guys know everyone's all together. So EXO, Metro, Future, Kendrick, this is like them retaliating, right? First thing I have to say is Kendrick, get in the booth, give us a diss track. We don't care about this. You know what I mean? I will still talk about it, but we want a response to Drake's song. We want the battle. That's what everybody's saying. I'm going to keep on reiterating that every time I talk about this. This is all nonsense. Everything else, we want a battle between Kendrick and Drake. Simple. Second thing, let me talk about this reference track now. Well, first of all, let me read to you some reactions online, and then I'll give you my take, okay? So, No Nonsense wrote, ain't nothing wrong with Yachty writing a song for Drake, but honestly, this could have been a bigger song for Yachty instead of a light album cut for Drake. Null82 wrote, Yachty was going around calling Drake the greatest ever, knowing he's bigging up himself. That's diabolical. Jumbotron Poppin' is objectively one of the best 15 songs he put out in the past 2 years. We knew Yachty influenced the record. We didn't know it was Yachty's record performed by Drake. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit more. This guy, Blake God, wrote, I know it's hard, but y'all gonna have to come to grips with facts that artists send other artists music and say, hey, man, this would sound cool on your track, on your album, okay? There's two more. If that's really what reference tracks are, I don't know how it's a knock to the receiving artist. It's just somebody saying, hey, I made a song, but it would sound better if you did it. How is that a knock on receiving artist? And then the last one said, it definitely blurs the line a little because it's fair to wonder how much does the receiving artist write? But like everybody knows, Drake's pen is elite. So this is fake outrage, okay? So those are from like some industry insiders, and I think some of them are just some random people. So actually, I have both versions of, I have the leak reference track and I have the finished version. I'm going to play it, as always, can't play the full thing on YouTube. I'll play a small little clip, and for the radio, for CFQR, you'll get a little bit of a longer version. So here is the Yachty reference track. Okay, so that was the Yachty reference track. Here is the finished Drake cut on Drake's album.
They been rocking, bitch, it's my fave, I'ma gon' beat it. Looking in the mirror, kiss my face, I'm too conceited.
Okay, so few things to unpack here. All right, so one, where do I even start here? So, okay, one, Yachty he was like an executive producer on Drake's last album. I don't even remember the name of the darn album. Yeah, For All My Dogs, okay? Yachty did interviews talking about the album, like picking tracks, whatever. That's what an executive producer does, right? He A&R'd the album, okay? So it's not weird, right, for Yachty to have such a heavy influence. Like that was one of Joe Budden's biggest problems. He's like, yo, it feels like a Yachty album to me, right? So that's one thing. So it's not, it's just I have a lot of things going on my mind and I'm trying to figure out where I should start. So sorry. So yes, there's nothing wrong with hearing the Yachty influence. Okay. So that's one thing. Two, let's talk about rapper and reference track and why this is such a debate. Okay. And this is the most important thing. The reason why it's so frowned upon for rappers to get reference track from other rappers is because the origins of rap in the early 70s when rap started and in the 80s when it became popular, it was hood poetry. You told your experience from the gutter, where you came from, not having much food stamps, drug dealing, battling other MCs, breakdancing. It was a story of making it out the hood or a story of struggle. That's the origins of hip hop. So while other music, and this is the key point here, while other music, for example, R&B, country, etc., while other music is about love and about this and about this, whatever, the origins of hip hop was the struggle. So for the fact that it was supposed to be about your struggle, somebody else writing about your struggle, that discredited you as an MC. That's where the whole ghostwriting thing comes in, to discredit a true MC for having somebody else write your rhymes, okay? To go on a little bit further to make my point, Beyonce has songwriters. Neo wrote To the Left, everything wrong, to the keys to the left. Neo wrote that song. Michael Jackson, one of the greatest artists of all time, he has songwriters. I know you don't want to hear this, but R. Kelly wrote for him. Oh my gosh, who's the other guy? Somebody else I can't think of. But anyways, a lot of people wrote for Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson also wrote for himself, Beyonce. But in every other music genre, it's acceptable to have writers and have people contribute on songs. So that's the origin of hip hop, of why it's not cool for hip hop artists. Now, last year, 2013, hip hop turned 50 years old. Okay. And this is my point. It might be a little long-winded, but stick with me. Hip hop turned 50 years old. Hip hop is no longer on the corner of the street underground music. Hip hop now is probably the biggest music genre of all music genres. Well, country is, but it's second, okay? And for anybody who's doubting me what I'm saying, I just want to remind you that I was in the music industry for close to 10 years. I know what I'm saying, okay? I was in rooms. I executive produced albums. Like, I know what I'm talking about, okay? So the fact that hip hop has grown and it's 50 years old, it has grown into pop music the same way how R&B is, or country or whatever. And it's impossible to make hooky, catchy pop music and it just be written from one person. You need hooks. You need different elements, because hip hop used to just be boom, bap, and it was really just an MC on the mic, but that's not what hip hop is anymore. It has grown. I say all of that to say, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with Drake or any other artist having reference tracks or having other people collaborate, especially when they don't hide it. If you look in the credits of Jumbotron, you see that Yachty is there credited as a writer. Now, here is the other part of why I don't think it's a problem. If, even as much as I'm saying that hip hop has evolved and it's become popular music and you need collaborators the same way how every other music genre is, if you still have to keep some core elements of hip hop. So if there was a rapper who didn't write at all and he never wrote and all he had was ghostwriters, then I would agree. But every time somebody talks about ghostwriters with Drake, I keep telling you guys, I know Drake from when he was in Toronto on Degrassi coming up. Drake got his name in the industry as a writer before he became Drake that you know him today. That's how he got discovered. Dr. Dre flew him out to write for the Chronic, the new Chronic album. And then Drake was fooling around talking with girls, whatever, and Drake kicked him out. That's how Lil Wayne discovered him. Drake got his name in the industry writing as a writer for Drake, Lil Wayne, and a bunch of other people. That's how he got started. So to say like, yo, Drake doesn't have a pen, yo, Drake has ghostwriters, he is a writer. That's how he started. So I don't think there's anything wrong with Drake having his executive producer on his album or some people giving him some hooks and then him now writing the verses and making it his own, because this is what hip hop has become. And Drake is just getting the brunt of it, and he has broad shoulders. He's the biggest artist in the world. So, and I like that this is happening because all of your hip hop artists, all of your favorite hip hop artists do it. They just don't talk about it, and they're not confident enough to be like, yeah, shoot, I get some people collaborating with me. What a lot of hip hop artists used to do in the 90s, because they needed hooky, catchy songs, was get R&B artists on the hook and they would stay on the verse. Jay-Z was famous for doing that. Jay-Z would, Jay-Z's number one song is with Alicia Keys, right? New York. So you have Alicia Keys singing the hook and then you have him rapping. That's how he got number one. But you cannot have a rapper rapping a hook and rapping a verse and expect it to be mainstream and pop. Like, that's just not how music works. You need melodies and stuff. And now that rappers are using auto-tunes and rappers are kind of like rapping, like, you could get away of not having to give away 50% of your song and do your own hooks. But hooks and catchy stuff need collaboration. So that's my take. I will make fun of Kendrick if he comes out and he has ghostwriters, because he hasn't come out and said that he does have ghostwriters or he works like that, right? So that would be the issue. But Drake has never hid that. You see on his credits, he writes there in the credits. So there's nothing to hide and there's nothing to shame. So that's my take on it. Sorry, I was a little long-winded, but I get passionate about this stuff. And my take is I agree with most of the people in the comment. There's nothing wrong getting some collaborations on a song as long as you write the verses and most of it is you still writing. And anytime we're talking about your story, they're your words. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's my take, period. All right, in our second lead story, Gunna says it's all love between him and Young Thug. Also addresses rappers who call him a snitch. They don't know legally what's going on. Okay, so like I said at the top, Gunna sat down with XXL. I'll try to get through this quickly and read to you a little bit of the story. Gunna took some time to address a few rumors during a candid interview with XXL. Since Gunna was released from jail, a lot of fans have been questioning the relationship between him and Young Thug, being that he's a free man and Thugga is still behind bars. During a conversation with the news outlet, Gunna revealed that him and Thug's relationship is still in a good place despite what people may think. It's the same. It's love, always, and it always has. The interviewer also asked him how he feels about rappers like 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and Durk, alluding to the fact of him snitching. He said, none of those rappers, they're not on the case. They don't know legally what's going on. He did reveal that he talked to those rappers over the phone and they all had a peaceful conversation. That's cool to know. He continued to open up about how things went between him and YSL and about people being misled. He said, I definitely feel like everyone's being misled. And when you're being misled, you got a choice to follow or make your own decisions. And I feel like a lot of people are just following, and that's natural, but people don't know the true business and what's going on and just following. So like I said, I don't know why more people are not talking about this, but Gunna has finally spoken out, and he's saying that him and Thug are cool. Everything is cool, and he's also cool with the people like Dirk, Baby, and 21 Savage, who called him out of being a snitch. So I don't know what's going on really, but when I spoke about this, I think probably at least 2 or 3 months ago, I said when Savage and everybody came out, I was like, yo, you don't know what's going on with the trial, and you don't know if Thug told him, yo, it's okay to say this because it's not going to affect me, or if he got a plea bargain, or if Thug is like, yo, I want you to say this so that you could get out and you do, like, we don't know what is going on, and you don't know what is happening with like the legal technicalities of things. So we look at it like, oh, he snitched, but you don't know exactly what's going on behind closed doors in lawyers' meetings. And I always said, we have to wait to hear from Thug. If young Thug is like, yo, this guy snitched on me, yo, I got to do 20 years because Gunna, then for sure, say whatever you want about him. And I think like normal civilians talking about street dudes snitching is ridiculous because we're not street dudes, we're civilians. So that's a street matter. And I don't even think people should get involved in that. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. My point is that we have to wait to hear what the results of the case are. Maybe this actually will even help Thug's case. Like, you don't know. Lawyers have a lot of trickery and a lot of things that could end up where the case gets thrown out and then you can't have double jeopardy. There's a lot of things that lawyers do. So I'm happy he came out and said this, and I'm happy that nobody is talking too much anymore, like Savage and Dirk and all of them. Let's wait and let's hear from Thug. It's Thug's case. Thug's the one who's on trial, and let's wait to hear from him. So shout out to Double XL for the interview and updating us on the YSL case. All right, that brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. The FBI opens a criminal investigation into Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. So for those who remember that bridge that fell, there was so much conspiracies going on. People heard you. Well, the FBI heard you, and they're opening up an investigation on it. I'll read a little bit of the story to you. The FBI has opened a criminal investigation into the cargo ship that slammed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. As previously reported, the collapse in Baltimore last month resulted in 2 people being rescued from the river. 6 were reported missing, 3 bodies were recovered, and the other 3 were presumed dead. 2 senior law enforcement officials familiar with the investigation confirmed the investigation. Reports say federal agents boarded a 985-foot deli early. I don't know what that means. 985-foot deli early Monday with search warrants. Oh, I think that's probably the name of the ship. Boarded the 985-foot deli early Monday. With search warrants. The Baltimore FBI confirmed that agents were on board conducting a court-authorized law enforcement activity. So, again, that's a push from online. People saying that there's a lot of weird stuff going on. So the FBI is now looking into this. We'll see what the results are. All right, in our second quick story, Adam22 calls out Joe Budden and declares the big 3 in hip-hop is No Jumper, Vlad TV, and Academics. So when I heard this, actually, I have a clip. Listen to Adam. Here he is.
Joe Budden, you zesty perkhead motherfucker. Somebody sent me a clip of Joe Budden claiming that No Jumper is doing real bad in terms of our views and everything. So let's do the science. There's a big 3 and you're not in it. It's me, Vlad, and that fat motherfucker you were saying.
Okay. We're not going to play the whole thing. So Adam went on to saying Joe Budden does 12 million views a month. No Jumper does 27 million or whatever. Okay. So he went on with numbers or whatever. So I was a little bit like taken aback, like as a hip hop fan, I was like, yo, like this is not facts. Like Joe is in there, and just like, I love Adam. Like I told good dude, I follow No Jumper. But I just feel like anytime he comes online, I just feel like it's not real. Like, he doesn't really sound mad. It sounds like he's always doing this for views and always doing this to go viral. That's my only thing with Adam. And we know he loves that with his whole thing that he did with his wife, with Lena the Plug, and having, Jason, what's his name? Jason Love, the porn star, sleep with her, whatever. We all know that he likes that. And it works. That's why I have tremendous respect for him. But I almost feel like he's doing things to go viral. So then I heard academics actually weigh in on this. And then I saw where he was coming from. So I have a clip from academics. I'll play a few. Here it is.
Two things. I do think Adam is right. Now, let me give him the things he's right about. I think when it comes to hip-hop media platforms, I do think it's him being Vlad.
So that's a whole 3-minute long thing. So what academics was going on to say is that in a nutshell, and this is where I'm like, okay, I get it. Vlad is literally like videos, posting all the time. He has a platform talking about everything that's going on in the culture, right? Academics is daily videos all the time, YouTube live streaming. We all know that like that's a media outlet, and No Jumper is a media outlet. Like you go to their Instagrams, they're on Snapchat, they're everywhere, and they're reporting. You know, No Jumper has 20 stories a day. So academics put it in the sense of media outlets. For example, like Vlad is Fox News. No Jumper is, let's say, like, sorry, Fox Sports is Vlad. No Jumper is whatever, another sport network. Let's say, for example, like, I don't know, NBA TV, and academics is ESPN. Whereas at Joe Budden, he's the number one hip hop podcast, but he's not like a media outlet with like reporting daily of what's going on. And then I had to agree with him. So, and if any of you hear the story out there, it's, and also too, it's Adam22 just trying to jump on like the big three conversation. So, but yeah, so I just tried to like rag on Adam, but I stand corrected. Academics put things into perspective. If you had to talk about media outlets, like outlets reporting the news every day, yes, I agree. You cannot put Budden in there because Joe Budden is a podcast. He does 2 podcasts a week. He does talk about news, but he's not giving you the news daily. So he's not an outlet. So shout out to Adam, shout out to Vlad, and shout out to academics for being the big three in hip hop media. All right. And our third and final quick story, Sierra Gates shares that she has been hospitalized after getting a massive leg tattoo. This is crazy. I have a little bit of a clip. Actually, hold on. Let me read the story to you. Sierra Gates shared that after getting a recent leg tattoo, she's been hospitalized and is learning how to walk again. This is crazy. She shared that after using numbing cream, she was able to sit through getting a big tattoo. However, after it wore off, things became too much and she had to go to the hospital. I have a little clip. Here it is.
Listen up, people. Money Monster Sierra is officially admitted into the hospital. And I just want to say again, if you are going to do Monster Nom and get your tattoos, do not get it crazy big like I did.
Wow. So I wanted to throw the story in there because I know a lot of people are always getting tattoos and a lot of people using numbing cream. Listen, people, your body tells you what's painful for a reason. If you're experiencing too much pain with something, that's your body saying that you need to stop. So any sort of numbing cream, hint, hint, wink, wink, any sort of numbing cream is not good for you. Never take any sort of numbing cream. So if you're getting tattoos out there, whatever, be very careful. Sierra Gates ended up in the hospital and she has to learn how to walk again. So anyways, I want to throw this in here into quick news. Anybody getting any tattoos, anybody doing anything, stay away from rubbing cream. You could be hospitalized and have to learn how to walk again. And whatever, even if you're getting on your arm or whatever. So just be careful out there, be smart, and stay away from numbing cream. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. Family of O.J. Simpson gives a hard no to scientists asking to study his brain for CTE research. I'll read a little bit of the story for you. The longtime lawyer of O.J. Simpson is opening up about how the Hall of Fame player will be cremated. According to People magazine, O.J.'s lawyer, who is also serving as executive of Simpson's estate, said that Simpson will be cremated and that arrangements for his funeral service has yet to be finalized. Reports also state that Simpson's brain will not be donated to scientific research as his family has disapproved. His lawyer added that Simpson's family gave a hard no to scientists asking to study Simpson's brain for CTE, chronic traumatic, I don't know how to pronounce this last word, something, whatever the E stands for, okay? This is a brain disease that has been diagnosed in many deceased professional football players and is believed to be caused by repeated head trauma. I think his family probably said no because they probably want to like link it to like the reason I make it seem that that's why he was a murderer or aggression, because that's what CTE is. I can't remember there was a Netflix special with somebody on the Patriots. I can't remember. And he ended up killing himself in jail. So I think his family is just trying to be slick and be like, yeah, you guys want to say that he had CTE and it gives him more ammunition to say that, he committed the murder. So I'm sure that's why his family's saying no. All right, in our second quick story, sources confirm the Breakfast Club to be dropped by 103.5 FM lineup in Atlanta. There's not really much to the story. Fans of the popular radio show, The Breakfast Club, will need to tune in elsewhere, as sources has confirmed the program is slated to be removed in Atlanta. So I saw this story. I think it was Friday. And I was supposed to put it in Friday's episode. I actually forgot about it. And I was like, you know what? I never heard the Breakfast Club talking about this. Let me wait. So yesterday, Monday, Charlamagne actually gave the radio station in Atlanta Donkey of the Day and said that he too found out that they were dropped through Baller Alert, the same source that I heard about it. So like when I heard about it, Charlamagne heard about it, and so did the rest of the Breakfast Club. And apparently they called the station and was like, hey, hello, it's Charlamagne. I heard on Baller Alert on Instagram that you guys dropped us. Like, what's going on? And apparently nobody has returned or called, or nobody has answered them. So Charlamagne gave them Donkey of the Day. We'll find out what has happened from it. He's like, well, if you guys don't want to answer me, I'm going to call you guys out on the radio and see. More importantly, as you all know, by the way, I'm an honorable member of the Breakfast Club. Shout out to Charlamagne, Jess, and Envy. But no, seriously, like I love the Breakfast Club. I watch it every morning. It's a staple. It's one of the reasons why I do my show. And it has gone through changes. Angela leaving, Jess now being at the helm, with Jess with the mess. There's a lot of people who don't like Jess. I like Jess. Just want to make that clear. A lot of people who don't think that she reads well. I'm not one of the best readers. I read out news here to you guys. You guys hear me stumbling on stuff. So I feel for her. I think Jess does a great job. She's not Angela Yee. You can't replace Angela Yee. I think more than Jess' reading skills, I think the dynamic has changed. And I think maybe we need a couple of months for that to happen. We know Jess and Charlamagne are really close, but I don't know, like, Atlanta, and it's a huge market. Even Jess said today, Atlanta is a huge market. Like Atlanta dropping them, not even telling them. Is this like the beginning of the end for the Breakfast Club? Like I said, a lot of people have moved on to different platforms. Streaming is a lot popular now. Kais and I, you have, like I said, talked about earlier, No Jumper. Well, Vlad has already been there. Joe Budden is heating up. You got the Trent Out Loud podcast that you could listen to. You know what I'm saying? So there's other shows that are starting, and they had a good run. And it's been 14 years. Is the Breakfast Club over? Is this the beginning of the end? Is it just maybe a shift in radio and a lot of people just listen to them on YouTube? Who knows? I, for one, hope that Breakfast Club never goes anywhere. I want to be a guest on the Breakfast Club. I want to be a co-host one day. I want to be a guest co-host. My dream would be able to do a rumor segment or a Trent Out Loud segment, like when Jess goes or she's pregnant, when she delivers or whatever. Like, I love the Breakfast Club. I hope they never go anywhere. They're pioneers. They started this whole movement of talking about stuff like, on the radio and Rumor Report. Shout out to Angela Yee with the Rumor Report, and then Charlamagne commenting like they're the reason why this whole wave started, So I just hope this is not the beginning of the end, and maybe just Atlanta just for some reason just wanted to drop them. So sorry, I know this isn't speed news and I went a little bit longer, but I have a huge place in my heart. As you guys know, I've also was on Charlamagne's panel for the Mental Wealth Alliance. They flew me out to New York City. So that's why I always joke around and say I'm an honorable member, but I am on Team Charlamagne with his Mental Wealth Alliance. Shout out to Dr. Alfie. And yeah, I love everything they do, and everybody at iHeartRadio, they're super cool there. You know, I've made some friends there, whatever. So I pray that the Breakfast Club doesn't go anywhere. That's why I was a little long-winded in this. So shout out to the whole team at iHeartRadio and the Breakfast Club. All right, in our third speed story, Donald Trump speaks out on his hush money trial as his hush money trial begins in New York. And he says, this is an assault on America. Okay, I have a little clip, and I don't even want to play it because every single court case is the exact same thing. It's like so annoying, but I'll play a little clip of it.
This is an assault on America. Nothing like this has ever happened before.
Okay, I can't handle it. It's everything is the America. This is the political system. It's like, and I'm not taking sides. Like I told you guys, like I don't do that anymore. Like it's just whether you like Donald Trump or you don't like him or Biden or whatever. It's like I understand like he's pleading not guilty, but just why does it always have to be as an attack on America? I'm doing this for you. I'm like, it's so annoying, bro. Like, yo, you paid a porn star hush money, had nothing to do with the presidency, had nothing to do with America. You're on trial. Yes, this is the first time that a ex-president has to face criminal charges, but it's your fault. Has nothing to do with the American people. It's you, Donald. You. All right, in our fourth speed story, Denzel Washington is out here thirst trapping, and people are saying that he looks like a zaddy. So in all fairness, because I always post up girls that are looking hot or somebody as some artist like Latto or Sexyy or whatever. So I don't want to be biased. I got to post up when men are looking hot. And Denzel Washington is looking super fly. I don't know if I would call him a zaddy. That's a whole girl thing. But yes, girls are kind of tripping. I'm going to put up the picture on my YouTube page. Go check it out at Trent Out Loud. And Denzel Washington is like in a navy blue suit. And he looks good. For a 7-year-old man, he looks good. Shade Room said, woof, Denzel Washington is on set giving us everything. FYI, ladies, this is what 70s look like. So, yo, shout out to Uncle Denzel Washington. He's killing it out here, and he's definitely letting us know that you could age like fine wine. All right, in our fifth speed story, Latto shares a photo of her mother. This actually started, I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday or maybe it was Friday where the Shade Room put up a picture of like this young baby, and it was like, guess who this baby is? And it turned out where it was Latto, and Latto's mom had her when she was 15 years old. And Latto wrote like, my crazy mom, with me at 15 years old. And then she put a picture of her mom now, and yo, Latto's mom is looking nice out here, y'all. You know what I mean? We just talked about Denzel Washington. We're back to the ladies right away. Latto's mom is looking nice. You could see where Latto gets her shape from. Y'all know I'm a big, huge Latto fan. Love Latto. Her music delivery, and of course, I think she's absolutely beautiful. But go to my YouTube page and you'll see a picture of her mom, and you can see she got it from her mama. She got it from her mama. All right, in our sixth speed story, we want to wish Sexyy Red a happy 26th birthday. It was actually yesterday, Monday, April 15th was Sexyy Red's birthday. Shade Room wrote, join us in wishing Sexyy Red a happy 26th birthday. She showed off her new Corvette in honor of her special day. Roommates, let's give your favorite Sexyy Red song a turn up. So so she posted herself. We don't know who gave her this Corvette. You don't know, Sexyy Red is out here, so we don't know what guy gave it to her, but shout out to Sexyy Red. Y'all know I'm a big fan. Like I said yesterday, I'm a big fan of all the new female rappers. Ice Spice, Latto, Sexyy Red. I think Sexyy Red might be my favorite just because she's so raw and just so her. You know what I mean? I love Sexyy Red. So shout out to Sexyy Red from the CFQR and the Trot Out Loud family. Happy birthday. All right, in our seventh and final speed story, leaked Kendrick Lamar response circulating online is confirmed to be AI. So a friend of mine sent me this "What's Up" video on YouTube, and it was like, Kendrick has responded. Before I even clicked it, I knew it wasn't true because it would be everywhere. So that's why I didn't put this up in the lead stories I just wanted to put this in speed news quickly. Listen, people. When there is a real response from either Drake or Kendrick, it will come from their camp, not somebody with a YouTube page saying, yo, we have a new Kendrick song. There's a new like Kendrick responded. Now you'll hear it on the blogs. Like you'll hear it from academics. You'll hear it from No Jumper. Even if it's not from their direct camp, you'll hear academics play it. You'll hear Joe Budden play it. You'll hear Vlad. Like wait till it comes from a legitimate source, not a YouTuber. What is important? Sorry, not important. What is happening is that a lot of people have YouTube channels, right? And a lot of people are making AI tracks saying crazy things, and you get paid by views. So every time you click that YouTube link, it does two things. A, it gives somebody a view, and it also tells YouTube, hey, people want to see this. So then the YouTube algorithm starts pushing it out. This guy had like 50,000 views on his video after 7 hours, but it's fake. It's a fake AI track. And it was like, oh, this is a Drake response and a Kendrick response. How would this unknown YouTuber have the response, but Shade Room, No Jumper, nobody has it. So just stop. Don't be fooled out here by YouTubers and people on social media or whatever trying to make money, getting paid off of YouTube and piggybacking off of these things. There's going to be a lot of fake response tracks, a lot of fake AI. And somebody was like, gosh, I can't believe we're here in 2024 and you don't even know what's real and what's not. Well, we are here. It is 2024. And we already said that from the beginning, like AI is going to change things, but I'm happy at least people are like not being so stupid about it and at least having it in the back of their head and could debunk it quickly. And that's why No Jumper confirmed that it was AI. So don't be fooled out here and just stop clicking these links, because the more you click the links, the more that it's working, is the more these people are getting paid, is the more it's going to keep continuing. So don't support it and we won't get it as much. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, so what is the worst thing that's ever happened to you on vacation? All right, a lot of people like wrote paragraphs. I feel bad for some people, but J Vibes wrote, while swimming in Hawaii with my new babe, and he thought my hair was all mine and the wig fell off in the water. Oh, poor you, poor girl. Miss Organic wrote, my stepson passed away while him and my husband and 2 kids were out of state. Had to buy tickets on different airlines to fly back home and get that business taken care of. Okay, that just really made me sad. I normally want to have like fun responses, but geez, rest in peace. Shout out to you, your family, and your stepson. Sorry about that. Susan Secrets wrote, my dad got sick in Mexico and my big brother had to drive us all the way back home from Cali. He was 14 years old. What? My dad got sick in Mexico and my brother had to drive me back. Couldn't you find another way home instead of letting your brother? This is crazy. Hazel Hottie wrote, my friend came on a trip with $10 and I had to pay for everything. That is kind of bad. Somebody wrote, flipped off my jet ski in Miami, injured, and the tour company had no emergency plan in place. Stranded in the water till it got dark. 4 hours until a good Samaritan passed by and rescued me. Okay, I really didn't think that we would get these like dark responses. Wow. Somebody wrote, I was robbed once by the girl my brother brought back to the hotel. She robbed us all. Wow, that's crazy. Can't bring strangers back to your hotel, bro. Real Shani 4582 wrote, I went to Malibu and found out that the Airbnb I rented was on another island. Ouch. That I always have that fear a little bit, like I rented something like, and I'm not going like in the right place, but never like a whole other different island. Listen to this. Somebody wrote, got a flat tire on Ocean Drive while drunk. Tried to change the tire while drunk. Passed out next to my tire on the curve. Why would you be drinking and driving? That's horrible, man. All right, I'll read one last one. Went to Vegas on a girls' trip only to find out they were all pregnant, so I had to drink alone. All right, man, these comments weren't amazing today, but my worst thing, I haven't had any bad things, thank the Lord, but lately I booked an Airbnb in Jamaica, and when I booked it, there's supposed to be certain things, and then they DM me and was like, hey, just want to let you know, like, such and such thing is missing. I was like, okay, well, I need that. That's why I booked it. They're like, don't worry, we'll have it. The day before I was supposed to be going, they're like, oh, we don't have certain things. Anyways, I'm like, okay, look, it's too late. I'm gonna go into the place. Let me figure it out. I went into the Airbnb. Yo, man, the pictures are so misleading. The shower was broken. You went in and you turned it on. There was no hot water. You know those like big standing like waterfalls, and with like the 6 or 7 jets, water was coming from everywhere. Nothing was. It was hell, man. It was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. It was starting to get dark. I was on the phone with Airbnb. It's been my nightmare to like it never show up. Like that's the one thing about a hotel. If you book a hotel, you know what you're going to get. In Airbnb, it could be scary. It's never happened, but it happened to me in Jamaica. So anyways, got on the phone with Airbnb. They were like, hey, we'll try to help you find another place. We'll give you 30% off for the night. Make a long story short, I called another person that was there, staying there. I just left that place. I got my full refund from Airbnb, stayed at my friend's place, and then worked it out in the morning. But shout out to Airbnb because they gave me a full refund and they were on my side. And yeah, that person, that's just nasty work, man. Don't say you're gonna have things on your Airbnb profile just to get people to book, make your thing seem amazing, and then you're like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that, man. That's just dirty. I didn't even give the guy a bad review because I don't want a bad review on my thing, but just I made Airbnb have him change. The Airbnb consultant that was helping me, well, not consultant, but whatever, sales rep or whatever, customer service agent, I made them make him change his profile and watch it to make sure he never puts it back. So that's what you could do. All right, and our second question of the day, if you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would you have a chance at winning gold in? Okay, hopefully these comments are a lot better than the last one. Made for life, he wrote procrastinating. That's a great one. Somebody wrote avoiding human interaction. That's amazing. See, we're already getting better. Brittany wrote spending money on food when there's groceries in my house. Yo, I could definitely get a gold medal in that. I am always on the Uber Eats. Somebody wrote washing clothes and not folding them. I concur 100%. Waking up at some weird hour of the night and some weird hour in the night or morning and struggling to go back to sleep. That's 100% me. I'm an insomniac. Somebody said napping. Okay, that's not great. I'm not a great napper. Overthinking. It's a good one. Spending money when I shouldn't. Rachel said buying things I don't need on Amazon when I'm half asleep, then acting confused when it shows up at my doorstep. That's great. Somebody said I could definitely win a gold medal for not answering my phone. Yo, I could win the friggin' platinum medal for that. Like, yo, I hate when people call me. Send me a text message. Don't call me, man. I never answer my phone. Well, I answer my phone if I know who's calling, but yeah, I hate answering my phone. Somebody said I can get a gold medal at minding my business. That's a good one. I can agree with that. Paying my bills on time. Shout out to you. Yes, love that. Shout _draft. C_smooth said not giving an F. Love that. Okay, I love these. Watching TV. Yo, I agree with everything here. I can get a gold medal of any of these. Somebody said eating and overthinking. I'm not a big overthinker. Another person said eating. All right. Are we two more? Somebody said Blaze Karen 82 wrote accumulating debt. Okay, I don't have any debt, so I cannot concur with that one. Disqualify me from that race. And the last person here said calling out of work. Well, I've worked for myself for the past 15 years, so I can't call out of work. But yeah, these are all good ones, man. Shout out to you guys. What would I win a gold medal in? My gosh, pretty much everything that they said. Like they gave amazing answers. When you have such good answers in the comment section, I don't even have anything. But I will say staying up late at night. Nobody could ever outdo me staying up at night. If I have a flight to catch at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm worrying about missing it, I'll just stay up for the whole night. Like I'll do a podcast in the middle of the night. I could stay up a day, 2 days, not sleep and be totally fine. You won't even know. And I could literally like close my eyes for like 5 minutes and feel like rested for the next day. Like nobody could outdo me where it comes to not sleeping. I am the gold medal winner, 100% sure. All right, that's it for my show. That's the time today. Like I said, there was no sports news. Just a reminder for those of you who are watching this on YouTube or listening to this on podcast platforms, The Trend Out Loud podcast is on the radio, CFQR600.com. You could listen to us anywhere in the world on any device. Just go to CFQR600.com. I am on that station from 11 to 12 every day from Monday to Friday, and vice versa. If you're listening to this on CFQR600.com or in Montreal on 600 AM, and you cannot always listen to me from 11 to 12, please remember you could always catch the show on demand on YouTube or on podcast platforms. Just search Trend Out Loud. Thanks for hanging with me. Enjoy your Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. We're almost there, people. The weekend is close, man. Thanks for hanging with me. I'm out. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace!